level of play we're about to see. Oh, an angle early from Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, that's when Ben wants to not travel past the kitchen line. The fact that McGuffin can take this ball right here out of the air, that enables him to find that angle.
0-0.
A last-minute flick. Oh, just wide, but what a serve.
No doubt.
Looping that one in with some spin.
Yeah, so we've seen Martinez-Vick do a lot of damage off his serve and get to the final today. These are two gentlemen who are really going after their serves as well. The other thing we've seen in other matchups today from McGuffin is a willingness to hit the backhand more often. Usually running around it, it gives up court position, but sets up, as he likes to call it, his Ferrari forehand. Well, the beautiful backhand has been revved up as well.
Set up.
If he starts hitting it, maybe we'll call it the Beamer backhand, but he's got to earn it first. I'm gonna sit that to the side.
Oh.
Set up.
That would have been a beauty of a drop shot, and it made it over on the third. Ben Johns is so methodical with
0-0.
the way he approaches each opponent.
Point.
McGuffin on the board first. What is Ben Johns' scouting report, though, on a player like Tyson McGuffin?
I mean, he's played him so many times, so this is no secret on either side of the court here. It's a matter of execution, and Ben knows he's going to try and probe that backhand side to make him beat him with his second best shot. And McGuffin's going to want to counter that, play fast, come after him. He knows that he has beaten this opponent on this very surface within the last 9 months. That is a big confidence boost for McGuffin, and McGuffin comes in playing well.
Side out.
The other thing you have coming in here is McGuffin did not make Championship Sunday in Atlanta either, as Christian Alshon got him, so he's got a lot of reasons to go for it here, but this has not been a close head-to-head, and I think you know that, those numbers here, Michelle, for our audience.
Yeah, this is their 19th meeting, and Ben Johns has come away with 16 wins on the 18 previous meetings. It's a game that McGuffin needs to play nearly perfect then with those numbers.
Side out.
And just a ridiculous non-bounce there on that little flick. Is you don't see Ben misjudge a ball that badly to not even get a paddle on it.
Wow.
Point.
So the pattern here is McGuffin is attacking high backhand of Johns. Johns is just blocking that or cutting it. So you saw McGuffin go flying forward after he hit that, looking for something soft, and got exactly what he hoped for.
Side out.
He's going for that backhand again. Ben Johns looking to close a 2-point gap early.
1-3.
Nothing seems to faze him.
No.
Side out.
Fancy feet there as he was looking for the Ernie, and then, you know, it's always a little entertainment value with
3-1.
Mr. McGuffin.
Side out.
So if you do come flying forward and don't finish off that opportunity, there's half of the 20 by 44
1-3.
wide open.
Side out.
Good lead from McGuffin there, and Ben Johns not sharp coming out here, and this is when you got to take advantage. Stretch a 2-point lead into 3 or 4.
3-1. Side out.
And that's the conversation McGuffin knows. He's like, how to look at a forehand there. I got to make him play. I got to make him earn
1-3.
any points that he is able to acquire.
Side out.
And it's very early in a match to have Ben John shaking his head, but that's what McGuffin is seeing, and that can be a nice spark to your own confidence.
3-1.
Oh, Tyson McGuffin rips
Point.
one down the line.
To go full sprint, run around the backhand, pull it
4-1.
inside in, the footwork has to be remarkable, and he was able to do it.
Inside in once
Point.
again.
Was that a replay?
It could have been textbook form.
So we saw a bunch of backhands, as we mentioned earlier, but this is what we're
Top
used to seeing from McGuffin. Look at Don Stanley get down low, checking that serve of McGuffin's. And McGuffin's on fire right
Point.
The most electrifying man in sports, as they say.
And Ben John's not somebody that calls a lot of timeouts, so we'll see.
6-1.
Oh,
Point.
Tyson McGuffin. Have yourself another angle, sir.
This could be, I mean, this is absolutely remarkable there. Look at that flick.
7-1.
Inside the kitchen.
Side out.
An easy counter for Ben Johns. And there's no lead that's insurmountable,
No.
though, for a player like Ben Johns. So
1-7.
he has a tendency to creep his way back in subtly and quickly.
Side out.
That was wide. So again, the drop volleys are, and the slam on the brakes as you're
7-1.
coming forward takes the toll on the legs too. And this has been a long, hot day.
Point.
I know one person that hopes this goes 3 and forever, even though they don't play again until Sunday. That's our boy Martinez Vic. Anything.
Any extra
that could
mileage
carry
on the
over.
legs.
Yes. I know by Sunday they will have played a lot of doubles, but it all counts.
8-1.
By far and away the best interview we've had of the day. If you have a chance to go back and watch that one, go do it.
Side out.
Unable to get that ball down, but what a start from McGuffin.
1-8.
Tyson McGuffin is pulling magic off of his paddle. The angles.
And he's able to pull the magic because this ball right here from Ben is usually on the ground and it's way too high, and smart choice. And I don't know what those little steps are, but they're, you know, he talked before about, you know, act like, you know, your hard work makes you deserving of this opportunity. And
Side out.
he, you know, as somebody who appears to be as confident as he is, needs to keep reminding him of that. And he certainly
1-8.
is deserving of the lead he has here. He's played brilliantly.
Oh, Tyson McGuffin goes big for the Ernie winner. Gets the serve back. Ben Johns looks frustrated.
Yeah, having a long conversation with Ben Johns over there.
Side out.
That's one of those where Tyson was hoping Johns just leaned a little to the forehand there, and then that backhand would have been awkward, but John's held his ground. So
1-8.
a couple of chances at 8-1 have not gone his way.
Side out.
And just uncharacteristic mid-court miss there. And the pattern's been very similar. The reserve has been to McGuffin's backhand. He's chipped it cross court. He's come in behind it, and he has given up but 1 point.
8-1. Side out.
Rushed an opportunity. He had already put the 9th point on the board with how short that return was from Ben Johns, but sailed it well deep.
Side out.
And this is where McGuffin's got to get this one in the barn. Like, Ben is not going to keep handing you opportunities at 8-1, but he's got 2 in a row here.
What has been working so well for Tyson's game?
I mean, I love that he's going for the serve big, and you know, the forehand has been a weapon with the passing, and he's read the Ben Johns height on his drops that have been just too high.
Can't believe he catches the tape on that one. Ball goes back to Ben Johns for his serve.
So let's see if we'll see the same pattern. Serve to the backhand, chip it cross court.
1-8.
McGuffin is so fast on his feet.
Yeah, and these are points that Ben usually loves, be able to then take that backhand, use that forearm and bring that ball back cross court, but he didn't have that shot there, and McGuffin holds again.
Oh, beautiful point construction for Tyson McGuffin.
That time he did get Ben Johns to have to hit up on the backhand volley. And that's the thing, the minute you see that read right here, keep running into it and then back into the open court. Finally off of 8.
Oh, that was such a good return from Ben Johns, and McGuffin countered with a 3rd shot drop. Game point on the side of Tyson McGuffin in this opening semifinal game. Wow.
Side up.
A return winner for Ben Johns.
And we saw one of those earlier today too, with a player that just leaks to the left to try and run around the backhand. You have that opportunity, and Johns does it on game point down, but we'll see if that's one maybe he should have saved when it's a little closer. I mean, this is literally the pattern for the last 15 minutes. Ben has been on 1. It's unbelievable. McGuffin saying right now, he just knows, he knows his record, maybe not exactly against Ben.
McGuffin closes out the opening game. And to add another win to that title here today. Ben Johns regrouped and looking back to Ben Johns' form.
Certainly in that first rally, and good news for Tyson is 50% of his wins have been on that court right there. So. Little flinger. Stay on the paddle a second and throw that over there into the corner. Perfectly legal.
0-0. Side up.
Return cross court again from Ben Johns, so we'll see if he continues to do that, as he saw several earlier, especially in game number 1, the run around to the backhand, inside in forehands caused the problem.
0-0. Side out.
A rare miss on the serve for Ben Johns. This guy rarely misses anything.
And in this match, he
0-0.
has missed quite a few things for his level.
Oh, McGuffin looked to take advantage. Ben Johns closing the door on that thought for now.
Yeah, that ball is going to land very close to the sideline. The stab volley from Ben right there. Great job.
Slide.
Yeah, I don't know how those guys
0-0.
do that.
Beautiful brushing finish for Tyson McGuffin.
Side out.
And another frustrating non-drop from Ben Johns that stays up, and then
0-0.
McGuffin has to play that on the bounce. It's a different point altogether.
What am I doing, says Tyson McGuffin.
Well, you're taking a step to the left and Ben keeps returning to the right. So something to note. Just, you know, put it in the day planner.
0-0. Point.
Another gimme for McGuffin, gone wide.
So here is where Ben was literally stuck, and it's not a phrase you hear very often at all. He just couldn't get out of the left side.
Point.
And gets a freebie out of it to not even have to figure something out, and has doubled his game 1 score.
Two zero. Side out.
Again, backhand drop does not bounce. Ben keeps looking at his paddle and kind of trying to get any moisture or sweat that might be on there. But that hand on the hip is a telling hand there in the lower right corner. It's a good look at McGuffin. The sweat equity
0-2.
today is enormous.
Ooh, what a grab from Tyson McGuffin.
And we got the full bark, tongue out, and chest pat there.
1-2. Side out.
Huge serve gave him a very nice look at a forehand.
2-1. Side out.
A lot of interesting misses for Ben Johns, uncharacteristic points
Yeah.
that we're not used to seeing from him. Is there anything else that's jumping out to you
He
about his
just
game?
doesn't have that ball. Usually you see him just come flying, not flying, he's not a guy that comes flying forward, but
Point.
drops and the ball's always in the kitchen, you know, and then he gets into that cat and mouse, and now there's a missed return. I mean, if
2-2.
I'm Tyson, I'm like, today is my day to get him again.
No. Foot was on left.
Oh, and there's the Don Stanley alarm.
Don Stanley, the lead referee. Brooke Hollis, the second ref.
Good look at Don there, man. If you are in the kitchen,
3-2.
he will let you know. And Ben on the full stretch all over that with the left leg. Great call by our head referee.
Oh, too good that time
Side
for
out.
Ben Johns. Very few hands faster than his.
Let's see if he has
2-3.
a response.
Tyson McGuffin
Side out.
buries the corner.
Yeah, he's done a nice job with that backhand of going back up the line with the volley. Isn't bringing it back cross court, and it's beaten Johns a couple of times with that. So well
3-2.
executed.
Oh, what a shot. Ben Johns, so good.
Yeah, and that time he made McGuffin declare as that lob was going through the air, just waited.
2-3. Side out.
And you just don't see typically in Ben John's singles matches him not making it a little more difficult on the approach when it's a shorter return, certainly with a deeper return, but these passes are high,
3-2.
and McGuffin has been on point with that first volley.
Ernie finish on the backhand for Ben Johns. How much of the pop-ups have to do with the weather and the...
Probably everything, to be honest with you. And you know, you feel like it's like 6-2 here in game 2. McGuffin, it's 3-2.
Side out.
So even though the head and the frustration continues to be in the man in yellowish purple, is that the color?
Could be a hint of lime green.
Mint, yes, yes. This is McGuffin's got to take advantage.
Point.
Tyson McGuffin painting angles as he has been.
But the heat, the ball, how much it's coming up, how slow the play is, just not having that feel coming off the paddle to be able to drop it where you want to.
4-2.
Getting the spin that you require to make those shots, all in play here.
Sound effect city from Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, did I just hit a button on the... it's like a morning show here with McGuffin. Got
2-4.
sports and weather coming up later, folks. Traffic at the hour.
Just a swift flick of the wrist. How does Tyson McGuffin get so much leverage on those flicks?
Yeah, it's paddle position. It's the work off the court, actually, to have that strong forearm, because if that's wristy, that's no good. And it's brushing the ball and understanding the amount of paddle contact you have to get. But again, Ben is giving them that opportunity because the ball is traveling to the paddle, not bouncing in front of it. Another winner from Ben. So this is...
Side out.
It's just incredible how many times Ben has served and only has 3 points. It's remarkable. We'll have our stats guy, Jim Ramsey, pull this up. I'm telling you, this is in the highest percentile of not getting points scored for Johns.
Side out.
Ball sails long. McGuffin with another chance to build on his 2-point lead.
Point.
And that's where the return to the backhand corner becomes the Ferrari forehand inside in down the line, and then McGuffin gets him leaning, and
5-2.
This is where you just want to, okay, I got one. How do I get another one? Big serve to the corner.
Another Ernie finish for Ben Johns.
Yeah, and there was a great stab volley before that on the forehand where McGuffin really went after it. He almost had a chance to get that other car name, but didn't get it past Ben, so he doesn't get me to use it. But again, here we are at 2 forever. I think the question was, did you see it in, Ben? And Ben gave a thumbs up to his own shot. So finally off 2.
Timeout receiver. 3-5.
Ben Johns down a game and a couple of points to Tyson McGuffin, the 4 seed.
Side out.
I mean, has been staring at the paddle. That's tried the forehand to go with that drop that he loves running around, and then dropping it into that backhand corner. Can't find that one either.
Side out.
There's some great volleys under duress from Ben Johns right there, and you see he's been going to that two-handed flat backhand return. Doesn't give spin to McGuffin. If you hit a slice
3-5.
return, you are giving spin if the opponent wants to hit topspin. And I see you're inside in, and I raise you, and Ben Johns is within 1.
4-5. Point. Five. Point.
And after that timeout, the McGuffin called. It's him that has made a couple of errors, 2 return errors, and look who has the lead.
6-5.
What a shot
Point.
for Ben Johns, who consolidates that lead up by 2 here in game 2.
7-5.
Such smart defense from Ben Johns. When he was off the court, he threw it way up in the air to give himself a time and chance to rally, and then just couldn't get the backhand to fall in.
5-7.
Sneaky backhand finish for Tyson McGuffin, getting some reaction from the crowd, cutting Ben Johns' lead to 1.
6-7.
What a shot from Ben Johns. Tyson McGuffin misread it cross court.
Yeah, he's been able to pick off some of those backhand volleys cross court with his own backhand earlier in the match. Nice adjustment there from Ben Johns. You keep showing him the same pattern, he will adjust.
What a passing shot. Ben Johns is back.
Yep, up 2, hit a big serve there, got a juicy short return, had all sorts of options, just placed it neatly into the open court.
Point.
That's a 3rd missed return, and I believe pathetic is the word that Mr. McGuffin used to describe his own return game there.
Side out.
Still hasn't found that part of his game yet, has Johns, and yet he's up 3. Oh, wow. Got to go to the second towel. I know he's swatting something there.
6-9.
That's just sweat he's trying to get off there.
Side out.
The first volley's a little better by Ben Johns now in the court positioning. McGuffin's just a step back from the kitchen, and that's the difference on rallies like the last one.
I think he's looking for wristbands with the
9-6.
sweat situation.
Yes.
Point.
Another missed return, and just like that, Ben Johns back on top with game point on his paddle for game 2.
Side out.
Tyson McGuffin stays alive in game number 2.
Side out.
And again, that switch to going cross court with the return and making McGuffin run it down has been a factor in here in game number 2 as well.
10-6. Side out.
Just a little conversation, little drop shot.
6-10.
Saves another one.
Side out.
Yeah, the Ben Johns return game has been much better as he's mounted this comeback and taken the lead here in game number 2.
10-6.
Just grabs the sideline, finishes off game 2.
Point.
Heard McGuffin say stay home. What he means by that is he can track down a ball that's dropped to the backhand, but he cannot go back and get that
5-2.
pull inside in.
Point, switch ends.
And that's an outrageous forehand from Ben Johns. As McGuffin did exactly what he told himself to do, stay home.
Big point to come out with after the end change. McGuffin will earn the serve back.
Yeah, got the return to the backhand, which is not as
2-6.
good. We did see one two-handed backhand passing shot, but that's less usual or frequent.
Side up.
That hung on the net, but McGuffin is not happy with the side it ended up on.
Six two. Side out. Two six. Side
Ben
out.
Johns gets Tyson McGuffin moving right and flicks it to his left.
Yeah, just
The master of that.
yeah, just it's that forearm brushing the
6-2.
ball so good. A couple misses on the forehand here
Shut
for
up.
Johns, and McGuffin knows, all right, I've had a couple chances
2-6.
here. Can he get off 2?
Side out.
That was the pattern that worked for him. He blasted his third at the Johns backhand and then was able to win off that cross-court volley, but that one was just low enough where he couldn't do it. So that's the refinement in
6-2.
Ben Johns here, too. Just a little better on that first volley.
Wow, what a point. Best one we've seen in the match.
And Tyson is trying to get the crowd behind him now, too. And he'll point to his ear, he'll wave his hands. He knows that that is where he draws energy from. And late in the day here at 7:11 Central
2-6.
Time, you need anything that can propel you forward.
Side out. Six two.
That's 3
Side up.
forehands that have not caught the court.
Yes, sir.
Nothing since the
Timeout.
switch.
Server. 2-6.
Timeout.
Side out.
Tough bounce off the net.
Yeah, and just a couple of really tough volleys from Ben Johns. As McGuffin earned himself a good look at a
6-2.
couple, and that's, you know, when you're playing the #1 seed, that'll happen. He's going to beat your best stuff. But he remains at 6.
Two 6.
Tyson McGuffin
Point.
goes back to the backhand side instead of going line where Ben Johns maybe was reading it towards.
3-6.
So can this be a run of a few?
Feels like it's now or never for Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, he's just got to remember, look, we switched ends, and I haven't given up a point on his serve, so keep funneling that into your cranium until that isn't true anymore.
6-3. Side
Wow.
out.
I think both players are surprised by that. That was a great serve. McGuffin did not hit a clean return at all, but John's unable to come up with it again. And oops, I kicked the ball in the corner. McGuffin. Darn it, shucks.
3-6. Side out.
So many misses.
Oh, this is the wear of the day right now, because you have to have your legs to be able to pass or to be able to drop it. You got to be able to get the paddle to the ball with your legs.
6-3.
Oh, what a shot from Ben Johns.
Point.
And
Gets
a
a fist
little
bump.
emotion from Ben Johns there after McGuffin dropped it.
That was too good.
7-3.
Oh, what a beauty.
Side out.
So able to get one, and you know, sometimes you see emotion from a player that doesn't show it, and is that, you know, Ben's not going to give any energy
3-7.
from whatever's left in his tank to emotion unless it's really needed.
Side out.
And
What
then
an-
he comes up with that.
Yeah, I'd love to see that one again if the crew has it, because he had to decide which side he was going to hit. The ball was hit directly at him, and he switched in the middle, and then I think his confusion caused
7-3.
confusion for McGuffin. He's like, oh, okay, I'll hit a forehand. Shoot.
Tyson McGuffin, nothing
Point.
he can do about that shot but throw his
Timeout.
paddle.
That's side out.
And Ben has had to chase down a backhand volley down the line way more than he usually does, because he hasn't been able to bounce that ball in the
3-8.
kitchen on that side, and yet he still is just 3 points from playing a guy named Vic.
Side out. 8-3. Side out.
This is go time for McGuffin.
3-8.
And he goes at least once there.
Point. Four 8. Point.
What a grab
And
from Ben
Ben's
Johns.
like, wait, I left something behind. Wait.
Gotta grab my paddle.
Not enough to overrule. No.
A near miss for
What was the
McGuffin.
call? Yeah, you do have a challenge. What do you say?
Just missed that wide. That would have been something there.
Not enough to overrule. 8-5.
Can always count on banter from
Yes.
Tyson.
That goes wide, so
Side out.
got a little momentum going the last time he had it.
5-8. Side out.
And he's pointing to that corner. He's like, man, I've had so many looks over here. And it's funny because you're like, okay, this guy loves to hit his forehand, but he's used to hitting them from the backhand side. And the forehand side is where a majority of the returns have been going.
I would, he says.
He wishes I would not miss that one, but he did.
9-5.
Because Ben left that one up again over there.
Side out.
McGuffin sneaks one through, and another chance to close the gap.
Five 9. Point.
Good lead from McGuffin there.
Last year's champion pulls within 3. Comeback possible?
Absolutely. In no hurry.
6-9.
And that's the way you start a comeback. Tyson McGuffin with a monstrous Ferrari forehand.
Yeah, so short on the return, easy to run around it, and that is his favorite. And he let
7-9.
everybody know about it.
Oh, he can't believe he missed
Ta-da.
it. Ben Johns was on the run and potentially on the hook. Back on serve for him.
See if he can get a big return
9-7.
here.
Oh, Ben Johns goes big, runs
Ta-da.
around that deep return to his backhand.
And got himself something and didn't make it, so.
These guys just look exhausted.
Oh man, I mean, this is just such a.
7-9.
just- I mean, that light came on to get to the gas station about 20 minutes ago.
Side out.
And you always wonder, like, how much farther can I push it? And, you know, like, I'm gonna drive one more exit. Well, these guys are done driving. They want to get out of here. Their red light is on.
Tyson McGuffin saying the ball's a little wet. That's not for me at all.
9-7.
Quick little smile from Johns.
Just wide for Ben Johns. McGuffin with another chance, trailing by 2.
Yeah, and that smile has quickly turned to frustration as Ben didn't step into that backhand and follow through it down the, look at just sweat just dripping off McGuffin.
7-9.
Passing shot and a beauty. Tyson McGuffin pulls within 1.
And when he beat Johns here last fall, it was on the heels of a big comeback. Can he do it again?
8-9.
Oh, last-ditch effort for McGuffin. Ben Johns just punishing McGuffin from the kitchen.
Yeah, and McGuffin saw the Ben Johns return back to the forehand side, which has been less dangerous.
Timeout, receiver, 9-8.
And this is where McGuffin has decided I am going to empty my timeout. But he will not be able to stop it if we go bonus pickleball.
Oh boy, missed return, not what the doctor ordered at this point in the match. Oh boy.
10-8.
Match point, Ben Johns. What was that? What a shot.
And that's
I mean, it helped with the net, but that was coming off clean from his paddle.